Welcome to another awesome time with Monesto. My name remains Obisheson Tobiloba, and I'm happy to have you guys here today to talk to you guys once again. It is a privilege that I have this great opportunity to talk to wonderful entrepreneurs, wonderful growing young youths that are empowered for greatness, youths that are ready to take up their life and forget who the fucking hell is the government, who is the fucking hell is that person telling you that you cannot be great, who is that fucking person or hell fucking person telling you that you cannot fulfill your dreams, or is it your religion that is telling you that you cannot fulfill your dream? Is it your religious leader or anybody? But I am here to tell you that you are not a failure. Even if your lecturer tells you that you are a dullard, even if your lecturer tells you that you don't know anything, but I want to tell you that success is not assigned, or it is not related to how educated you are. It is not how well known you are or how versatile you are in your studies, but I will tell you that success comes through the following of great principles of life. So today I will be talking about something very, very simple, something beautiful, but actually it is a story, and I would like us to learn from this great story, because this story has changed something in my life. It has changed something in the way I think, and I call it 3 steps away from success. So this is how the story goes. I want you to take up your pen and check what you can grab from this wonderful story. So there lives a man called Uncle Debbie. He was someone that had an inheritance from his family, and in that land, which is the inheritance that he got, so he later on discovered that there is a rock there, that there is also what we call gold. So Uncle Debbie decided to dig and grow rich. So immediately he discovered that there is an gold on that land. Immediately he went home back, and he started gathering money, talk to people, persuade people to help him raise money for the machine which they will use to extract and mine this gold. So shortly he was able to gather this money, so they went back to that gold mine, and they began to dig. So they were able to extract a lot of gold, and which brings in a lot of money. He was able to pay back the money he borrowed to take up those machines. So he continued to dig mile, but along the line, the rock stopped producing the gold fluid. It stopped producing. So they were like, has this thing gotten finished? So Mr. Debbie did not wait. He was frustrated. So he said they should keep on digging. So they continue to dig to find the vein of that gold mine once again, but they later on give up. So Mr. Debbie gave up, and he packed the materials and everything. He wanted to go home. Then he looks that why not sell off this asset, because they are useless to me now. Said, why not sell off this asset, because they are useless to me now. So he sold it to another man called Mr. John. So Mr. John bought the land and also bought all the equipment on it. So Mr. John now went back home. He now checked. He looked at the gold mine all itself and he looked at it. He said, there might still be something on this land that it will be good for me. So he went ahead to look for professional advice from engineers. So the engineer came over to check up on the land and check on the gold mine, and then he measured it and did some statistics on that work, and it was later discovered that Mr. Debi was just 3 inches away from the vein. Now I want you to learn something from this. Mr. Debi gave up when he was a very, very much closer to his success. Now when you begin to fail a lot in life, never give up. You don't give up. There's a time that you get so frustrated in life that you will feel like giving up, but you don't have to give up. So Mr. Debi gave up and he lost that gold. Now, so Mr. John began to dig and he was able to mine the gold once again, and he was grabbing a lot of this gold and he became very, very wealthy. Now whenever you see that things are getting tough for you, it is a sign that there is a time, your time is closer for you to be successful. Like a popular adage used to say that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So do not give up. So now I will now give you another story. Again, this is related to Mr. Debi. Now, so Mr. Debi went back home. As I said, he was like, what should I start up once again? So he was in his workshop just doing some petty things. Then a young child, the girl is about 5-year-old. So the mother of that child sent her to Uncle Debi. When she got there, she said, my mom said you should give me $50. My mom need that $50 right now. Uncle Debi was like, come on, get out of this place now. Tell your mom that I don't have this kind of money. I don't have it. So the Mr. Debi continued with his work. So after 30 minutes, he looked up and he saw that the little child is still waiting. And the child said once again, my mommy said you should give me $50 right away. Mr. Debi was like, what is wrong with this child? I said you should get out of this place right now. Mr. Debi continued his work. So he was working. So after 1 hour again, he looked up and he said, why have you not left? I think I told you to get out of this place right now. The little child said again, without fear, standing right in front of Uncle Debi, and said to him, my mommy said you should give me $50. Oh, Mr. Debi was shocked. He was shocked at the kind of boldness that this child has, at the kind of the determination that this young child has, that she needs to get this thing right away. And Mr. Debi had no choice than to what? To give her the $50. And imagine, after collecting the $50, the child did not even say thank you. The child just left like that. So that left Mr. Debi so paralyzed that he sat down and he began to think that, wow, how could a little child be so persistent? How could a little child be so determined? How could a little child be so strong-headed to get what she wants? So Mr. Debi now discovered that there is a power to determination. There is a power in not giving up. There is a power when you keep receiving no for an answer and you keep standing there, keep on being persistent that this thing I need it. That is the power of determination, that is the power of being persistent. So you don't have to give up. So many of us we tend to give up at the point of our success. When a mango tree is being nurtured, when it's being nurtured for growth. Now it takes time for it to grow into a single plant. Then it also has time for it to grow into a tree. And even after it becomes a tree, there is still time for it to grow branches and grow leaves. And before it could grow fruit, it must have bear a lot of flowers, which will now be leaves, which will now become fruit. Then it will now be ready for harvest. So the time for you to grow is now. The time for you to start something is now. Nothing starts except you start now. Nothing begins except you begin now. Begin to think of what you can do to change your life around. Begin to become more productive. I'll keep on saying it. A time will come, your parents won't give you money again. A time will come, they won't feed you any longer. And that time is coming closer. That time is coming closer. What will you tell your generation? That poverty also grab you on the ground. What will you tell your children? That poverty also ground you on the ground? No. I said to myself that I will become a successful person. I said to myself that I will become a great person. I don't depend on anybody for my success. Success is what you become. Success is what you attract by who you become. So begin to think of who you want to be now in future. I will see you in the next video. I hope you were well educated through this episode and this story. So next time I'm going to tell you another wonderful story of success. Welcome to Monestro, where your life will be changed. This is the power.
Your finances, 10 times your business, 10 times your marketing, 10 times your life. Hit the subscribe button now.